Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and today we're on a bit of a day trip because we're at the east end of the island up in Kapparis, which is right next to Protaras. And then in today's film we're going to have a drive around Kapparis and Protaras. And this stretch of road has been renovated in the last few years and it is now very swanky indeed. And first I'm going to show you Kapparis Beach, or whatever it's called. Not the dog beach itself, because there's a very nice dog beach there, but the newly designated blue flag beach that is next to it. It's a very good place for snorkeling and for sunbathing and all that. That's all decent facilities. And there's another beach before it as well, which we don't tend to go to. But we'll just drive down and see them both. Ignore that dead end sign. Important to go nice and slowly from here on in. See, there's another beach up there on the right. Plenty of parking, though it does get very busy in peak times. And we're turning left here in front of this training centre. And this road's a little bit bumpy, but it leads to another car park and another beach area. These people will kindly get out of the way. Oh. Teenage daughter today. There's the lovely beach. Not many people there yet. Nice and calm. We had rain yesterday, first time in ages, because there's this big storm that's supposed to be hitting the whole of Cyprus, which has been a bit of a damp squib so far, well, at least where we've been. But apparently last night there was a lot of rain. I know that our usual swimming towels were all rather damp, so they're in the washing machine because one of the local pigeons also took use of the facilities. Right, now this is going to bring us back onto the road that we were on before briefly, and then we're going to drive past where we were and head into Protaras. You used to go straight up here, but you have to do this little dog leg now. And if you want to get to Paralimni from here, you'll turn right at the T-junction we're coming up to, not this one, the one on the main road, and then take the immediate left at the traffic lights. Now we have done a road trip ebook that covers Napa, Protaras and Paralimni. We did it a couple of years ago now, though, before a lot of the road improvement had occurred here. But other than that, if anything, it'll be easier to follow now because of those traffic lights back there. So, right, that's where we turned before. Now we're heading straight down. So yeah, there'll be a link in the description for the road trip ebook. If you're in Napa area and want some tips on where to drive to if you're hiring a car, then definitely check it out. It only costs $2.50 as an ebook from Amazon, or you can get the full set of 5. But this is very nice now, the road here. They've definitely upped their game. Watch out for the speed bump. You'll see a number of supermarkets along here. The one up here on the right I can definitely recommend. It has a parking area behind it as well. You have to drive past it from this direction and then turn right, and then you'll be in its car park. But they're very good. There's a decent variety of food and there's good prices. That one there. Though I did get stung by a big wasp once, twice, going into that. Not that I bear a grudge. That was a few years ago now though. Couldn't believe it. It got me once, then it came back for another one. What I was doing was wanting to get in a shot, but I'm not going to let that bother me. Anyway, if you turn right is another way to get to Paralimni, and there's also, if you go up there, two bigger supermarkets. There's was it Pop Life, I think, and after that you'll get to one called Metro, which is a very big supermarket and will have pretty much everything you need. I could have gone down there to another beach. I've got to watch the length of these films. Yes, there are a lot of less populated beaches along this part of the coast before you get to Protaras. And personally, I prefer them to the big favourites like Fig Tree Bay and what's that other one? There's Fig Tree Bay in Protaras, and on the other side of Ayia Napa, Nisai Beach. They're just too crowded for me. I prefer a bit more space to breathe. But it's each to their own. I mean, some people will be the exact opposite, and that's great. I mean, if we're all the same, there'd be half as many beaches populated, and they'd all be hugely solid. So, vive la différence. I actually got to go to Mr. Cod's Fish and Chips on this visit, which was good, because last time we were up here I didn't have a chance to get there. My God, you get a big portion. I'm not complaining, but I hate to see food get waste, especially chips. And interestingly, this time I asked for one of them to have salt and vinegar on, and none of them actually came with salt and vinegar, but there are like 6 packets of salt and this little jar of vinegar, so you could basically do it yourself. Because you normally try and spend a week at least on the east of the island each year, just for a bit of a change. And this year we split our week into 2. And I think it's worked out better that way, because we're not like sun worshippers, and there's less here in this part of the world than there is in Paphos to explore, because it's mainly a beach environment. So 3 days gives you enough time to have your fix without getting overpowered. That's my little philosophy anyway. Should we go and have a look left? Whatever, we're still going to be delayed by the traffic lights either way. We might be able to, if he goes forward, we might be able to just sneak in on the left. Yes, we can. So that's sealed it. We're going left. What will we find? Dive the Rock. Now, over the years we've stayed in a lot of places around here, so it can get quite confusing for me, because I think sometimes you turn left there to get to our villa. And still other times we've cut through, there's a dirt track here which takes you to another area which we've used. Not that one. Bootlegger. Excuse the sound of the canned drink. Windmills Pub. Yeah, this was where we would turn. Down there was one of the villas. It was very nice. Not there this year. And we'll turn left down here. big Mexican restaurant there. And this will take us to a little triangle, if memory serves. I should point out it's, I can't remember the exact date in October, but it's October, about the 7th or 8th at the moment. That's my kind of holiday, you see, when you have no idea what exact date is. Just have to relax and enjoy yourself. The only reason I'm out of filming at the moment is because the wife fancied to lie in and the daughter wanted to go swimming, but she didn't want to be in the car with Dad as he went around driving. And because she didn't come, it meant I could actually add the microphone so I could provide all the narration as I went along. I'm not sure what that chap's doing. Now, there's a very nice restaurant on our right here called Blue Spice. Highly recommend that. I think I drove past it last time and recommended it as well. I'll do so again. And there's a little beach there. The coach is arriving. There's the restaurant on the right again. Now coming back to where we were. There's a very noisy can in the car somewhere. Should stress that it would be Coke Zero or Pepsi Max. Won't be like a Stella Artois or anything like that. Right, we can go left here, but I want to go up to the top, up to the main road again, and that will show you how to get to the Protaras strip. Nice tractor. So yeah, here we are back on the main road. You got Paralimni to your right, and you got Ayia Napa and Cape Greco to your left. And do try and obey the speed limits here. They have quite a lot of enforcement cameras about, mobile ones. Gone are the carefree days of traffic driving in Cyprus. I remember when we first started coming on holiday here, about 15 years ago. Earlier than that actually, going on the age of our daughter. So our daughter was about 2 or 3 the first time, I think. And it was before they'd entered the EU, and it was just anarchy. I mean, red lights were entirely optional. And I loved it, I have to say. It was just so, coming from the UK driving situation where everything's highly regulated, this was just complete glorious chaos. A lot of people didn't like it at all, but when in Rome, etc. But it's changed an awful lot since then, despite what some people will say. That chap just flashed his lights. That could mean that there's a speed enforcement camera, or he could have just been saying, hello, it's that guy in the truck. Right, you see that wigwam on the right? That's a Tex-Mex place that's very nice. But it also means that the turning to Protaras Strip is going to be here with us soon. Prior to that though, we have the aforementioned Mr. Cod. If I had to criticise one thing in there, it would be not many places to park, but that's about it. Because there's a little car park just in front of it. But yeah, for a very large fish and chips, I mean, you basically get cod and chips one size. It's 15 euros, which may seem a lot, but it's a very nice but playful, and you'll struggle to eat it. It might be the sort of thing whereas if there are 3 of you, you just get 2 portions and divvy it up that way. Oh, if Neil's there, that means I have missed the turning to Protaras Strip, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll go down here, because I think last time I drove down Protaras Strip, and I'll do a night film down there instead. This is the only problem when you're having a live mic, you can't really faff around and bodge it. You have to go with where it takes you. So we're going to avoid Fig Tree Bay. We didn't want to go down there anyway, did we? And we'll go straight through the top end of Protaras. I'll have to take you somewhere nice at the end instead to make up for it. That's where we would have come out anyway if we'd gone down the Protaras Strip. And you're going to see a big donkey on the left soon. Here it comes, straight ahead. And soon we'll come to a turning for Green Bay. And the finished film's there too in the past, so I'll ignore that. That's populous end of Protaras. But Green Bay itself is very nice. It's another of our favourite places. Not quite as busy as some of the others. And that's the turning for it there. Green Bay Beach on the left. So, where shall we finish this film? Let's go head towards Cape Greco. Now there is a very famous beach within Cape Greco. I normally avoid driving to it, just because it's a pain in the arse. It's one of those ones where you normally want to park and then walk down the road. It's Konnos Beach. But I could, given that it's off season, have a drive down there. And I'll turn left here. Just to show you the hotel that's here as well. On our left, just before all that, there was a turning which would have taken you to Cyclops Cave. The cave itself is pretty much of a non-event, but the area is great for snorkeling. That's all I can say about that. So yeah, let's see how far we can get to Konnos Bay down the winding road before I get fed up with traffic. Lots of hotel apartments. Leonardo Crystal Cove. Yeah, the first time we went looking for Cyclops Cave, we stopped there. That wasn't the route we needed to go. You come to quite a few cliffs if you do that. Here's the main hotel. Indicates that I'm in my wife's car. But somewhere down here soon will be a turning to Konnos Bay. And I'm kind of hoping it's not going to be very busy. Just so I can drive down there. Imagine it's here. Watch out for a sharp turn. Also got to be on the lookout for low-hanging trees. There's an annoying buggy. Oh, and a Jeep. Doesn't bode well. But you can see on the left where the bay itself is. Well, you can't at the moment because there's a lot of trees there. Wind our way down. I hope we don't meet too much traffic. Oh, there's another one. Let's be thankful for the stabilisation you get with the camera. Well, the car parks up here are all empty, which is encouraging. Because in busy times these would all be full, believe it or not. And you'd have people parking in homemade laybys. Oh, you're getting a better view now, which is good. A few people on the beach. We can wait. What's he doing? Let's see if we can get any lower. It does eventually end up at a restaurant. Hopefully there'll be a place to easily turn round there. At the very least, I'll be able to finish with a nice shot on the coast. So what I'll do actually is just do a little turn here to finish this film, and I can double back, reverse up that way. Okay, so you got cars in the way, but that was Konnos Bay. Okay, thanks for watching.